Viktor Hovland took home just over $3 million over the weekend at the Memorial, and he didn't necessarily use the latest and greatest to do it with. The chance of asking these pros, why is that? Why do you not upgrade to the latest and greatest? Because we're definitely told as amateurs, we should. Viktor Hovland, one of the nicest guys on tour, showcasing that as he won the Memorial and then went and caddied for his mate straight after. Not only that, he's got a pretty interesting bag that has a couple of bargains in it. Ooh, might have changed my mind about this driver. So thank you to the boys at Replay Golf for supplying me this bag of clubs, and we've pretty much matched as close as I could get to Viktor's bag, but I decided to make a few changes and I'll explain why. Very similar to probably why Viktor hasn't got the latest and greatest in the bag just yet. And it's the same battle every manufacturer has year on year with their players, as if that player's found a set of clubs that's working, he's getting the stats, he's getting the fairways, he's winning tournaments, he's up in the world rankings, trying to convince him to change to something else. Even though it's very much like for like, there's always that slight risk under pressure. Is it really going to work just the same? I mean, the first big shock was the wedges at the bottom of the bag. Viktor has 4 of them, 2 of them being the 4.0s, as you would imagine, but 2 of them at the bottom end, the 58 and 60, and again, that's another discussion for another day, are 2.0s. Why would you have 2.0 wedges? Not even the 3.0s, not even the brand new 4.0s, but obviously the 2.0s, in his hands, and don't get me wrong, they're going to be new grooves, obviously seem to work for that particular task. Now, shout out to today's golfer. Well, I basically got this list of clubs that he was using, but if someone came to a club fit for me and had 4 wedges in the bottom end of the bag, one at 50 degrees, then one at 56, another one at 58, and another one at 60, raised eyebrow would be an understatement. But again, we're talking about a world-class golfer that knows his game inside and out. Just because the stereotype is driver, 3-wood, hybrid, irons, wedges, putter, all matching, all complete gapping, one size definitely doesn't fit all in this game. My last point on the pin glide wedges is actually the 2.0s are great value and a great beginner wedge set. What I mean by that is they've got a big camber, a big sole. For some of you guys that hit the ground a bit heavy, don't necessarily pick it quite clean off the top, especially in the winter. And again, if you've got a cavity back set of irons and you need to merge it into your wedges, pin glide is definitely something to go down the route of. Let's go on to the next topic, because Viktor's very much a ping player, but these aren't all ping clubs in the bag, and there's older models of clubs, maybe not this driving iron, as I'm about to attempt to drive this 290 par 4 over the trees, and if I was in competition, this definitely wouldn't be the play. Oh, that's just gone bullet straight, hasn't it? It's always the way when you try and hit it right to left. Viktor has the Stealth fairway wood in the bag, and to be honest, after last year, these aren't super expensive anymore. We're not talking £250, £300 for fairway wood. We're looking more around the 150 mark. But TaylorMade clubs do hold their price pretty well in the second-hand market, and if you're fancying a bit of red and carbon face, if it all holds together, I wouldn't say that's necessarily a bad choice if you're looking for something that came out in 2022 in terms of the fairway wood department. So let's move on to the driving iron that Viktor was using, the U510, which actually is the more forgiving head type. I haven't got the U510 with me, I've got the more players version, even though it is relatively chunky. But as I see so many players, it doesn't matter the age, when it comes to driving irons, you want something that you're confident with. That's why you see Tony Finau and Brooks Koepka using the Night Vapor driving iron. That's why you potentially see Scotty Scheffler, I'm pretty sure, uses a Strixon U85 driving iron. They all do the same thing. It's a block of metal on the end of a stick, and whether it's 60 pounds or 150 pounds, you want that particular club to do 230, 240, 250, 260 down the middle. In terms of price wise, these are still going to be pretty expensive, but the new Titleist U505 has just been released on tour, meaning these will come down in price. I'm not saying go and get this driving iron, it looks good. It's not my favourite, as I do love a Strixon driving iron when it comes down to it, but what I am saying is driving irons are very personal. You need to feel comfortable, you need to like the weight of it, so it matches the top end of your irons and then potentially the bottom end of your woods. I'm not even going to bother with that. Instead, let's try and skim it off the water. Make sure to like and subscribe if we actually pull this off. Oh, if it hadn't caught that trick, one more go. Oh, I'm confident. I've gone Pro V1 now. This is a mistake. No skimming, but we got through. Go on the driving iron. However, the U510 is the newest club in the bag. Everything else is essentially last year, and I'd love to always be able to be in a chance of asking these pros, why is that? Why do you not upgrade to the latest and greatest? Because we're definitely told as amateurs, we should. Let's talk irons, shall we? As Viktor, as a ping player, hasn't got the latest i230s in the bag, and there's a few things I want to talk about this iron set which should relate to a lot of you guys as well. He's got the i210s. Great looking iron, and actually I found a set in replay and decided not to bring them out. I've tested them, I've tried them, I like them, don't get me wrong. I brought out the i200s. And Simon, why would you do such a thing? Let me explain. I'm all about value when it comes to this game. What can I find the best price for you guys? And what player does it fit? Is it a low handicap, a mid handicap, a high handicapper? Is it going to retain some value after you bought it second hand? Is it going to lose a lot of value? And ultimately, does it look good? Does it sound good? Will it complete the bag to an aesthetic level? That's what I'm all about. When it comes to the i200 and the i210, they're virtually the same. Aesthetics, looks, potentially the i210s you're going to find in better condition, almost having to pay £200 more for the privilege. And to be perfectly honest, I don't think that's really a good enough reason. Another thing we should know is that Viktor's using i210s, not blades. I believe after that win, he's now in the top 5 best golfers in the world. And even himself isn't punishing himself with a very small blade. He's not using blueprints. He's not using blades. He's using something that's forgiving, controlling, not offset. Don't get me wrong. This isn't a high handicap set of irons. But at the same time, oh, naughty. He's giving himself that comfort blanket. Slight heel, slight toe. Don't get me wrong, they're not going to be often, but he gets the right trajectory, he gets the right height, and he gets the right yardage. That is all you want from your set of irons, no matter how big or small they are. We've got 2 more clubs to talk about, and both of these I've got a bit of a question mark over. Now, I can't lie with facts. At the end of the day, this is a good driver. It looks exceptional, it's very forgiving. Ping have always made good drivers. Forgiving, adjustable, low spin head types like this LST that I've got here, all the way to the max version. And the reason that I can't argue with facts, even though I don't like the sound of the thing, and why I'm quite shocked Viktor hasn't got the G430 in the bag, but if you look at the second-hand prices of this thing, oh, that is going to be on the green. Oh, turn a little. Oh, maybe that's going to be in the trees. Hope for a member's bows. I couldn't have hit that better. What's with me hitting it straight today? Now, before that very poor straight shot that I hit there, the only thing that's put me off this driver in the past is its sound. And to be honest, how well it holds its price, and that's the facts. People want this driver. People want it in the bag. They keep it in the bag. Hence why it's still selling for around £300 second hand. Yes, you could probably get lucky with a odd shaft, odd head type around 240. But there's so much demand for this driver, and I can't argue. I said it was pretty overrated when I did my review of all the drivers, saying go for a Rogue ST Max, you're going to get great condition, same results, arguably a bit better looking in my eyes, but I can't argue with the public. I can't argue with the second-hand market. That's why I love it. Any manufacturer can slap a price on their driver. £500, £700, £1,000. Some people will buy it, some people won't. Yet time always tells. There are clubs in our game that hold their price because they work, and they don't only work for one person, they work for the vast majority. And I can't argue with the Ping G425 as it does work for the majority of golfers. Having to show you particular clubs through the bag is definitely ruining my club choices and course management around this golf course. Oh, I don't believe it. We got stupidly lucky. Driving irons coming back out. If I get this right, this definitely could have a chance of chasing up around that bunker there. We're going tiger line. Chase. Chase. Oh, I don't believe it. Really hoping the camera picked that up. Now, this isn't the putter Viktor used over the weekend. It's actually my putter. And here's the argument why I've got my putter in my hands today from Ping. Ping make exceptionally good putters. They make exceptionally good putters that don't cost as much as the PLD. I tried the PLD, I had a look at the PLD in replay and had a chance of bringing it out onto the golf course. The reason that I didn't bring it out with me, however, is that it's Ping's answer to the Scotty Cameron and charging Scotty Cameron kind of money. And if you're looking to spend that kind of money on a putter, which to be perfectly honest, I'd rather you spent that on a putter than that on a driver, go and buy a Scotty. It's gonna hold its value so much more. Guys, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, you might want to check out what Brooks Koepka used to win his 5th major, as it's got a pretty unpopular brand, well, let's say not that mainstream, and you can grab yourself a bargain. Catch you guys later.